guys, it's Friday night. Welcome to Lucky Dice Live. I'm Howard. This is Nate. We're ready to talk some hero clicks.
Yep, I think we got a pretty important person with us today.
He's somewhat important. Every once in a while, we talk about him a little bit, and usually with good things, but not always. Anyways, everybody, welcome Scott Porter. Hey, Scott, how
What
you doing
is
tonight?
up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? I'm doing well, man. How are y'all doing?
Good, man. We're very excited about the Rock Cup H4H event. I know you are too. I mean, people don't know this, but Scott and I have been working on this since really last year, but harder probably from October on, and harder the closer we get, the more we work on it. It's a little stressful to us because we are both people that like to get things done early, and it stresses us out that we cannot because we have other people and other companies and other things involved. So anyway, it's a lot of work, but it looks like we're on the home stretch.
Yeah, man. It is been quite a ride. It seems like every year something brand new happens.
It's
So
true.
it's like we have the pandemic, we have tariffs, we have diamond bankruptcy that we
COVID,
deal with. So
COVID,
we
COVID, COVID.
COVID hits. We try to stay ahead of everything, but then we always get wrapped up in all these world events that have nothing to do with our tiny little tabletop game that we like to play as a community and raise money for a great cause with. But we fight through, we persevere, and the community sticks with us, and so grateful for that. But yeah, we have been working very hard this year because we've got some big changes that we, are going to get to share with everybody out there. And the prizing, I am surprised to say, is maybe even better than ever. Again, WizKids keeps outdoing themselves. So I can't wait to get into it with you guys.
Yep, it sounds. I agree with Scott. I'm excited. I know there's a venue change. I know there's also, and I'm going to touch on that. What I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to go over tonight the events and the prizing, and we're releasing the prizing for the very first time, and also the entry fees for all the tournaments is being released tonight. But I do want to. I'm going to hand it over to Scott and let Scott talk about that. But I do want to say something that I've heard. There's been some skepticism about the venue that we're using, and I understand that skepticism and the concern. And I think that people are being a little they're assuming things. There's assumptions that are being made about the venue that are not exactly right. So what I'm going to be doing next week is I'm going to go to the venue and I'm going to do a live feed. I'm going to videotape a walkthrough where everybody can actually see it and see what I'm seeing, and I'll show you where everything is going and how it's planned, and also take some pictures. I think because it's a virtual reality place that everybody's thinking arcade. It is, and it isn't. So arcade is very noisy. This is not noisy at all. I mean, they usually put on music, which they won't during our event. They usually turn the lights off for people to come in and play, which they won't for our event. And all the things that you are playing with headsets, whether you're riding a motorcycle or whether you're on a roller coaster or whether you're in the room with a battle with four other people. You wear headsets at that time. So no, it's not noisy or anything like that. I think that people are thinking arcade and like that doesn't sound fun while we're playing HeroClix. It's not the case at all. I have it very well planned out, and you guys are going to be very happy. So do not be concerned about that, and I'll show you more details next week. And with that, I'm turning it over to you, Scott, and you can start talking about the events.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we have an extra day this year to our event calendar. Um, and you know what? I am so excited that now it's Wednesday to Sunday, that a little event that we initially had as a 3-day virtual only event is now going to be a 5-day long event full of fun for so many people. Outside of which, our events to kind of jump on the back of what Howard's saying, if you have downtime, you get to check out some really cool stuff that the venue offers itself. I know that we are going to be chatting about something that we're doing for very important families that join us at the event. And, it's going to be really, really cool for people to come down, play clicks. If they want to take a break, they're going to be able to do that throughout the 5-day run of the event week. I guess now it's closer to a week than it is a weekend. But on Wednesday, as always, we have our welcome event, our Tracy Brock Memorial. That's a 3v3 tournament, and it is an incredible time from what I've heard. I have not been able to make that yet because of my work schedule. It seems every year I am flying in from Toronto or New York or somewhere else while I'm working on something. So this year, really excited to be down and be able to check it out. On Thursday, we have a supercharged sealed event. On Friday, of course, we have the Scott Porter Hero Clicks for Huntington's Invitational, and that is our teams tournament. For which we have some of our exclusive prizing that you can't get anywhere else outside of Hero Clicks for Huntington's, the Pick a Legacy card, and the Create a Bystander token. I'll be sharing last year's winners' information on our live stream that will be coming up with me and V on April 19th. So if anybody follows the socials for WizKids, they put out a blast today asking for questions. This year, because of work schedules for V and myself, we're not going to be able to do a live stream on the 19th. We're going to film it a little bit early. So we are asking everybody out there if you have questions that you'd like to have asked on the stream on WizKids official channels, that you go find those social posts where they ask for questions on their Instagram or on their Twitter. X, I guess we say, and post your questions, and I'll get to as many of them as I can during that stream event as well. We move into Saturday, and we have my personal favorite event for the weekend, the Scott Porter vs. the World Sealed Tournament. We have been working very, very hard with WizKids to look into what product we would have. I know the last couple of years we have been very, very lucky to have Future Set almost 2 months early last year with Deadpool Weapon X, and the year prior about a month early with Avengers. This year we will be having Smash and Destroy be what we are hoping to utilize throughout, as long as the current events in the world don't impact WizKids just receiving that particular set overall. There are so many caveats to this year's event because of shipping, because of Diamond shutting down, and because of the tariffs that are happening and how businesses are having to reevaluate how they're receiving their product from out of the country. So we are looking to get that event off and have it to be just as much of a, well, pardon the pun, smash as it has been the last couple of years. I will be playing in the tournament. I will have bounties on my back, as I always do. So then we go into Sunday, and that's Howard's big day. That is his world championships that he gets to run for Rock Cup. So great action-packed weekend all the way through, and of course we'll have battle royals, and I'll be playing in as many as I can throughout the entire week. And when I say we have fantastic prizing, and I think, Howard, we're gonna bounce back and forth and talk about some of the prizing that we're gonna have this year. We have an incredible amount of prizing. We have a ton of promo figures and limited edition con exclusive figures. But what's cool about this year is, in years past, we have had some older figures kind of fill in our tournaments. This year, almost exclusively, we have these 2025 figures that have been releasing only in a few places. They're going to be available at our event in pretty large quantities, and we are debuting for the first time ever. We are kind of a part of the convention ecosphere for WizKids now. We are debuting 2 figures at Hero Clicks for Huntington's this year that you will not be able to get anywhere else before our event. Last year it was really cool. We had the Iceman that they had dropped at Adepticon, and King Arthur that they had dropped at Adepticon, and those things were a massive hit. But this year, the first time you will ever be able to get the Daredevil and Elektra figure will be at Hero Clicks for Huntington's, and the first time you'll ever be able to get the Joker fish will also be at our event. So not only do we have, even better surprising than we've had the last few years. We have exclusive figures now, as far as reveals and places, pieces that you can only get at our event, for the first time ever happening for our Hero Clicks for Huntington. So I think that's the basic rundown. Where do you want to go next, Howard?
Well, I actually want to talk about the VIF package, and that's very important, family. This is something brand new that we're doing this year. And so what I'll be doing this weekend is this will be up in the site. Actually, there's going to be a lot of things that you'll be able to go to the Rock site and make purchases soon. The maps. Scott Porter map is not done yet. He's working on it. I know where he's going with it, and I think that when you guys see what he's doing, you're going to be more than excited. But you'll be able to purchase the map soon. We'll put T-shirts up like we normally do. We'll put some other things up. And the VIF package, which is very important, family, will go up. And I want to talk about what you're going to get. What is that? What does it mean? So I think first of all, you get VR play for the entire week. That's from Wednesday to Sunday. If you buy this package, you'll get an armband to wear while you're there. And when you want to take a break, or when you're not doing anything, or you're in between rounds, you can go play virtual reality. But it's even better than that, because I've noticed over the few years that we've been doing this that oftentimes fathers will bring kids, or their wives will come, and the wives will sit around, and the children will sit around, or maybe one person's, or sometimes I've seen the other thing too, where parents have brought kids to play, and usually always a group of people sitting out in the store that are not there to play but to support. And also, we unfortunately sometimes get eliminated from tournaments, and this gives you something else to do to get your mind off everything. So the entire time, you will be able to play virtual reality unlimited, which is normally $25 an hour per person. But not only do you get to do that, but your family, your immediate family also gets to do that. That would be, when I say immediate family, I'm talking about spouses, and I'm talking about children. That's what all of you would get an armband. Then you also get a state championship, the mansion mat, purple border, which almost any one of these things that I'm saying is worth the cost. The whole thing costs $55. The VR play, $25 an hour for a whole week. You get your money back and then some just there. State championship, the mansion map, is worth probably close to $55 if you were to sell one. So you get to add that to your map collection. And it's also 100% WizKids legal, so you get that too. You get a John Cena. I know that's not that exciting, but you get a John Cena convention exclusive to do with as you wish. You get the new bystander, which we have not revealed yet, but the one that is coming out this year, you'll get a bystander, which also they bring pretty decent money. I don't know I haven't seen anything on it yet. I don't know what kind of stats they are, but typically those bystanders are usually meta-worthy. So I'm hoping that's the same case here. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different convention exclusives. You will get 2 of these randomly, but I also will assure you that I think they're all good, but I mean the big ones are in this group is Daredevil and Elektra, and also the Joker fish, which are the first time ever revealed, as Scott mentioned. You will get one of those 2, and then randomly get something else until we run out of Daredevil and Elektra and Zombie Scarlet, which if we do, we will then probably go over to something like, and make sure you get something like the Zombie Scarlet Witch and one of the others. My point is maybe you're not as excited about Kanto, or maybe you're not as excited about Mantis, or maybe you're not excited about something else. We're going to make sure that you get the newness and the desirable stuff. Those 2 things alone are worth more than $55. So even if you have no intentions of playing VR play, this is worth it. If you have intentions of doing only VR play, this is worth it. It's a great deal. So that's the first time that we've ever done that, and I think it's kind of simulates what WizKids does at Worlds, but it's a little different, a little bit different of a package. But I'm excited to offer it, and I think the value is there. $55 covers you. You're more than it's going to be one per person. We're not going to let you buy 3 of them. This is intended for people coming and participating in it. But like if you're a father and son and you're covered and you still want to buy 2 of them because of the value, you're more than welcome to. But it's one per person. I think Scott liked the idea of doing this too, and it's something totally different.
Ye- Yeah, I really enjoyed the thought of utilizing the venue that we are going to. And I just have one question about the venue that should make everybody out there happy. Howard, how's the air conditioning in the venue?
Fantastic. It is. We will not. We will not. I mean, I don't want to say. All right, wait a minute. I got to find some wood. Before I say this, I got a wooden table by me. We will not have air conditioning problems this year.
Oh man, I keep on thinking of there's a restaurant and sports bar down in Austin, Texas, and on the outside of it it says free AC, which used to be like a big thing back in the day. And well, I'm thinking about it this year, just like getting one of those big neon signs and putting it outside the
Just
venue
kidding.
for HeroClix for Huntington's this year, saying free AC.
Look at the bottom. Let's put
It's going to be incredible.
I agree, and like I said, there's plenty of room. There's a lot of headspace. There's some things that I haven't told you about, Scott. That's kind of cool, and that's that. This place, we're actually going to have a access to using a large screen. My mind's going crazy. Projector. We're going to have a projector where we can project and live stream from there on there. I'm thinking about live streaming our featured game there. I'm also thinking that when we do our auction, that we can live stream from there onto and where people can see it also on the big screen beside them, and we can put other things on there if we want to. It's got a lot of things that we have not had access to in the last few years. So I'm kind of excited about those things too. I can't wait to do the walkthrough. This actually got. I'm going to call it a stage, but there's actually a stage divided into 2 where the judges are going to be able to sit on one side, and the store is going to be able, and registration will be able to sit on the other side. And it also gives me some seclusion. They have these giant curtains that go all the way across the venue that you can close that are black, that actually separate the rooms from each other. And again, I've planned this whole thing out. You guys are going to love the setup. It's going to be fun. In addition to that, I know some of you guys are going to miss some of the cafe food that we've had in the past. But guess what? We're rolling in a food truck, and that food truck is going to be producing some of the foods that are very popular to you guys that we've had in the past. For example, the Jean Grey and the Phoenix will be available at the Cup. So you guys will not miss out on that opportunity. There'll be sliced pizza inside that you can grab real quick, and the food truck will be parked outside where you can get the food that you're used to getting, and probably some additional things that you weren't used to. And not only that, there's a lot of food places very nearby and a lot of places to hang out. Some of the guys already that have been traveling, for example, Scott Crampton and Ed, already knew about some of the places that we were by, and when they found out we were over there, were very excited. They have this place called Stovehouse, and what's the other one called? It's
Campus 805.
Campus 805, which are virtually across the street, and they have live bands going on over there, and they have food, and they have entertainment, just a bunch of different things. So we're in a very good spot, and we're kind of central to the city. We're also closer to the airport than we were before. The airport is probably, I would say, 15 minutes from where over out there. Yeah, 15 minutes away, where it was probably a 25-30 minute trip. Back to the events. Another one that I would like to talk about. Flip it over I don't have the mouse right now. Flip it over to the learn to play. Yeah. This is also something brand new. Um, so those same people that get to sit around, you bring your wife, your kid, or whatever, I'm going to encourage you to tell them to go play in this thing. Why? Because it's going to be fun and it's free. So it's free to play and you get stuff just for playing. It's free. Free is good last time I checked. I don't know if Donald Trump believes free is good, but free is good in my book. And so there's no tariffs on this. You get to go play it and you get stuff. No taxes. um, so anyway, what it's going to be a battle royal type event that they come and play, and we'll do it we're going to be doing it where the battle royals occur. I'm going to supply figures. We're going to put them on the table. When they're on the table, there are going to be various things. We're going to balance them out. We're going to do a draft. They're going to draft until they build 400 points, and when they build a 400-point team, they will play it just like a battle royal. It's going to have the spawn rules and everything just like you're used to. We're going to strip it down. We're going to simplify the rules. We're going to strip off the powers. We're going to get them to play right off the bat. It's just going to be move, attack, move, 3 actions every turn, and then they're going to get to play, and then they're going to get participation prizes, which I think that you should be able to see if you look. The participation prizes, we have a bag of Wolverine and Deadpool, bag of Joker goons. We're going to give that out for free. The figures that they play with are going to they get to keep, and they also, for each winner, they will either get a DC starter set 2025 or a Marvel starter set 2025. And did I mention this is free? Okay. Now, Jay Majors, I know you're here, and I know you understand the word free, but you ain't a newbie, so don't let me look over there and see you at this table.
I want to jump in real quick. That is another really cool thing. If we're talking about bringing families and we're talking about bringing people who don't necessarily play the game of HeroClix, this is an awesome opportunity to kind of introduce or reintroduce or help bolster their knowledge. Maybe they've played once or twice. Maybe they've wanted to sit down with you and play. And this is just another opportunity for folks to kind of learn the game of HeroClix so we can continue to grow this amazing community that we have. I'm seeing some comments in the chat over on YouTube. Just wanted to correct something really quickly. I saw
Sure.
comments come in say that the event was from the 15th through the 20th. No, it is actually from the 14th through the 18th of May. Wanted to make that completely clear. But yes, at Divergence in Huntsville, Alabama, I see some people asking where and when. George William Ong in the chat asked, this wristband, does it run the course of the entire event,
Yes.
or is it a one-time purchase? It is a one-time purchase. You can purchase on Wednesday and you can play all the way through Sunday. So, of course, you'll get your package whenever you purchase it. You'll get your wristband for you, your immediate family members, and then, as Howard said earlier, you get to play for the entirety of the event. I also wanted to talk about something that we're not playing this year, and that is online battle royals. And I know that a lot of people out there, maybe even in chat, maybe took part of those for the past couple of years. First thing I wanted to say is thank you so much for supporting our event internationally or from afar, for those of you that have participated in the online battle royals. But when we finally looked at last year's numbers, as the numbers have dwindled every single year, last year's numbers actually had us almost in the negative for the amount that we raised for the cause, the amount that we had to spend for shipping, and the amount, because we always want to make sure our judges who volunteer their time, who give themselves, get themselves to the event, give themselves to the event completely throughout the course of it, and do so much behind the scenes that you guys don't even know about. We always want to make sure that they're taken care of, because they can't take part in any of these tournaments. So we have a really good prize package for them as well. So they make sure that they get the map, they get the bystander token, they get the limited edition figures that they have missed out on not being able to play in the tournaments. So people like Mr. Barnstable, who is in the comments, we always make sure that we take care of them. Well, taking care of our online judges was also a big deal for us. Brad and the rest of the gang that's been online, and we were almost going into the negative. So this year it didn't make any sense any longer for us to do the online battle royals. However, the online auction will still be, for people who are at the event and for people that are playing along at home. I wanted to chat about that and just kind of get that out there into the wild so that folks aren't still expecting to be able to do that particular event within our event weekend. And before I have to go, I did want to talk about the two events that have my name on it and the pricing that we have this year for both the Scott Porter Invitational and the Scott Porter versus the World. The Scott Porter Invitational is our team's tournament. It is incredible. Every single year we see such camaraderie and such a show of community as these teams line up across from each other. And it is so cool to see it grow every single year. The pricing, like I said, gets better and better. This year, for the team members that win the Scott Porter Invitational, the top prize is going to be a Marvel HeroClix Smash and Destroy factory set, one for each of the players. We also have Smash and Destroy retail.
We didn't do that last year, Scott. They didn't get a factory set like that. That's a big improvement. That was something we didn't
I know.
have. That's big.
That's something brand new. We have for second place the Spider-Verse factory sets, one for each of the players on that team, as well as both the top two getting some of the Smash and Destroy retail chase boosters, which I know people are absolutely loving because of like the bystanders and all the extra stuff that you get in those as well. And I know those sell out. But the cool thing about the event that I wanted to get to, because of course we have a ton of other figures that are being given out. We have the Scott Porter design map that's going to be a part of that event, which I can't wait to talk about, and I will on the live stream coming up on the official on WizKids channel on April 19th. But trust me, this map is going to be legendary. What I can say though is, we have deceased Black Adams and zombie Scarlet Witches. We have, Calabax and the Hawkeyes. We have all these things, but I mentioned earlier Daredevil and Elektra and the Jokerfish. Those aren't going to be elite prizes. That is not just for the top 4 teams. That is going to be prizing for the top 16 teams for Daredevil and Elektra, and the top, correct me if I'm wrong, Howard, but the top 30 teams for the event will all get Jokerfish as well. So this isn't something where we only have a small supply of the Daredevil and Elektra or the Jokerfish. This is something where we have enough that we are putting this into a bigger pool of prizing. So if you come to the event, the exclusive figures or the figures that are premiering at our event, you do have a really good chance of earning 1 or 2 or 3, before you go home that weekend. And we wanted to make sure that we did that. And WizKids wanted to make sure that we had enough of these figures to really give them a fantastic premiere into the game of HeroClix.
And 30 was correct.
Yeah. And then I wanted to chat about the Scott Porter versus the World. We 100% are just crossing fingers, hoping above hope that we have Smash and Destroy for the event. We want to be completely transparent. There is so much going on for WizKids right now and other companies who do business, with other countries to get their product here. And, we are feeling confident that we will be dealing with Smash and Destroy for the Scott Porter versus the World event. But what I do know 100% is that the person that wins the Scott Porter versus the World sealed event for the first time ever isn't just going to get a brick of the product of the set that we're dealing with. They are actually going to get a factory set, and they're not going to get a factory set of the of the set that we're playing the game with. They are going to get a factory set guaranteed date and delivered of Lantern Legacy. So a future set that won't even be out in the wild yet. They will be winning a Lantern Legacy factory set. And that to me is like a massive deal. The person that comes in second is guaranteed a Smash and Destroy factory set. or no, sorry, not factory set. I apologize. Wind that back. Is guaranteed a smash and destroy case
That's right.
that we will have on hand. So, we play with the figures all day long. You win 2 bricks, you win a whole case of smash and destroy for second place. We have retail chase boosters in that prize pool for that event. And just like the teams event, yes, we have all of these other convention exclusives and limited edition figures, but the top 16 will get Daredevil and Elektra, and the top 48, I think, get the Jokerfish. So these are things that we are making sure that if you come to the event, the things that we have exclusive that are,
64, Scott.
oh,
64.
64. The
Yeah.
top 64 get Jokerfish, even better than I thought. So, the pricing for this event, as always, WizKids' generosity continues to blow me away, and it's really, really incredible. So, you know, I talked about the unique pricing that we have, the Become a Switch clicks, which is available in the auction, and to our event long fellowship winner, the Pick a Legacy card and the Create a Bystander, which are in the teams tournament. But if you're not making one of those top 4 places, there is still so much here for people who are coming to the event. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, and I hope everybody is very, very excited about that.
I am. I can tell you one person that is from Mexico that definitely is. I think he's about to pass out. That's Dennis. He is a lantern. That when you start talking lantern, he just starts sweating. He just gets so excited. I mean, now I want to point out a few things off subject, kind of a little bit, because I want to point out some stuff to Scott that he doesn't know. Some of the people that we're possibly talking to, and some of the things that I do. This is a global event, and I have people, like I know there's 14, 15 people coming from Pennsylvania. I know there's people from all around here coming, and I've heard people coming from California, from up north. But Dennis is coming from Mexico, but he's not the only person coming from Mexico. I know a complete family coming from another part of Mexico. George, this is going to be the first time that he asked the question earlier, and you were talking to him. He's from the Philippines. He's coming in from the Philippines. We've got people coming from all over for this event. And Scott, I don't think you've met George in person, but he's probably one of the nicest people you've ever met in your life. You will never forget him when you meet him.
Oh man, that is so exciting. I know I've sent plenty his way, and I have to say thank you to everybody, whether they're in the Philippines, the UK, our friends up in Canada, our friends down in Mexico. We have a couple of friends in Spain who have supported the event over the course of time. So everybody that has helped out with the event from afar, as many of you as you can make it as possible, man, that would mean the world to me. That would be incredible. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit more about something that the international community can take part in, and that is our auction. Our auction is going to be
Yes.
stocked full of incredible stuff again this year, custom pieces that we've had in years past. A couple of new ones. Who is it? Craftworks. Who makes these new awesome cases?
Craftworks. Dennis, what's the guy's
Yeah,
name that owns Craftworks?
Craftworks is jumping in, and we are able to auction off a case from them this year. I'm in the middle of ordering one for myself right now. Those things are insane. If you haven't seen him, find him on Instagram. You can see all of the work that they do. Jeremiah Peterson, I'm
Yes.
I'm volunteering him to do a frame again. For people that are fans of more than just hero clicks, I was in a little game called God of War, and I have a full cast signed poster that's going to be in the auction. So it's not just HeroClix stuff. There's going to be a lot of really, really cool stuff in our auction this year.
What were you in
But
God of War?
I was Heimdall.
All
And
right.
as a matter of fact, I have a HeroClix figure of me as Heimdall on a Heimdall base that
Ah,
David Newmark ordered for me from Goldie Hawn that I carry around in my case that I know people out there have seen before. But on top of that, I mentioned earlier these legacy sets. We have more legacy set. I mean, not legacy sets. The factory sets for like Lantern Legacy. We have more factory sets in our auction this year than we ever have before. We of course have all of the maps that we have this year that will be I know you'll be unveiling some of those, but I will be unveiling mine on the WizKids live stream that I'll be doing with VMuse.
Yes.
We just have a ton of stuff, a ton of prizing in here. And one of the auction items, even though we're not doing online battle royales, are a couple of online battle royals that I will be taking part in that we can do during the event weekend or at some point after, with which you'll get a package of this year's bystander token and a couple of other, limited edition figures coming your way. So we are not completely turning our backs on it, but there will be a limited number up for auction to do some online battle royales with me and you and your play group if you can't make the event. That being said, when you guys get a chance, once we get the prizing listed up on our website, heroclicksforhuntingtons.com, you're going to see just an insane amount of prizing. The auction's going to be just as good as it's been in years past, if not better. And I'm working on some other really fun stuff for the auction that hopefully I'll be able to talk about soon enough. But when we talk about things that haven't been released yet, we're going to have two different unreleased iconics sets in hand to auction off throughout the course of that event. A Marvel property and a DC property. And we'll have two of each of those unreleased iconic sets that we'll be announcing on the stream on WizKids. We also have not only a Lantern Legacy Factory set to be sent to you as soon as the set drops, we also have X-Men 97 factory set, which isn't even coming out until much later this year. So WizKids is stepping up to the plate again and saying, how can we let some people be part of, hashtag team early with some of these amazing prizes and some of the auction items that they have given us. So I hope this gets everybody excited. I am so stoked to talk more about this. I'm going to hand it over to Howard for the rest of his show. And I want to say thank you, fellas, for having me on today to just start the conversation with what HeroClix for Huntingtons has in store this year for everybody out there. I'll see you guys on the podcast circuit, and then I'll see you guys on April the 19th for our live stream. Now, the cool thing about this is one more announcement I'll make is my Smash and Destroy unboxing series will air leading up to that live stream. So look out, April the 14th, Smash and Destroy unboxing series on WizKids, and that'll lead into our live stream about HeroClix for Huntingtons on their official channels. So thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody on screen there, fellas, for having me. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thanks, Scott. Always a pleasure.
All right. Y'all take it easy.
You too.
Cheers, Scott.
All right, guys. So Scott's leaving us, but we're going to continue talking about the tournament. He wanted to touch on the things that was very important. It's all important to him, but it's the stuff that's got his name on it. Obviously, is the stuff that he wants to really get out there. We went over the VIF package. I want to talk about the Tracy Memorial Tournament. That's a tournament that means a lot to me. That is going to be Wednesday night around 7 o'clock. That tournament was started years ago. It was actually Scott Crampton's idea, and what he wanted to do was do an event that night and make it kind of more casual, and he wanted to use old stuff, and he wanted to know if we could do it. And I said, sure. And I said, I can provide the stuff to do that with. And so he and I have kind of been running it every year together, but I've kind of take the lead a little bit more and then kind of pass it over to him than more before. A few years ago, as most of you guys know, my wife died, and I was surprised by the community at the event, and it was just a welcome event. That's all it was, and the community decided to change the name. It wasn't my idea, to the Tracy Memorial Welcome Event, and they made trophies without my knowledge of it, and presented it that night, and it was pretty emotional for me when they did that. It's still emotional when I think about it now. But anyway, that we carry on that tradition. As you guys know, I have a Tracy. I did I won the Switch Clicks a few years ago, and I have that. To be honest with you, it's by my wife's urn in my bedroom, and I keep that there, and I may play with it one day, but that's where it's at right now. But we blew that up. We have the artwork, and we blow that up, and we turn it into a trophy, and we paint it gold. So you have a chance at winning one of those trophies and taking it home. But then outside of that, the prizing is just fantastic. So one thing, before I go into this, because this is part of this, but it's also part of everything else, let's talk about rock points and how rock points work. The rock points that are out there right now expire on June 1st. If you guys didn't know that, you do now. All rock points expire on June 1st. All little cards that you guys got expire. They're not good for next year. They expire on June 1st. So if you're not coming to the Cup and you have those in hand, there are people that would love to have them, and you can sell, trade, or give them away. I just looked at eBay the other day and saw where people were selling them, and they were sold. People are buying these points right now to be able to play at the Rock Cup, so they're there. I'm currently having more printed up, which will expire and also in June, but it will be June 2026. All events, with the exception of Battle Royals, you can win rock points at that you can use this year or next year. So the points that you win, if you win the Tracy event, every single event will have rock points that can be used in combination of what you already have or carry over to next year.
So the events at the tournament are the ones with expiration 2026.
That's right. They will be there, except the Battle Royal points will say 2025. We actually decided to go ahead and give out points cards for the Battle Royals, so we'll be giving out those for the Battle Royals. Every player that participates will get some points. The points aren't as much this year, and we've also raised the bar a little bit for what the qualifications are, because this year we felt like everybody had the opportunity, or should have had the opportunity. If your venue didn't win a map, or you didn't go to an event, that's not my fault this year. Last year we didn't have as many events. This year that could have taken place. And we've also are not in the point values we were very liberal with points in Battle Royals last year because we wanted people to play. And we're not quite as liberal this year. So you're not going to just be able to play one Battle Royal and say, I'm in the Cup. You're going to have to play multiple ones. But we are going to be given the way to keep track of it. Last year, we kept a little log and kept everybody's name. This year, we're not doing that. This year, we're giving you points cards. Guess what? You can do what you want to with those points cards. If you need them to play, or you got a buddy that's got it, or your son needs them, or you want to sell them to somebody while you're at the Cup, you can do those. They're yours to do what you want to with, and you can win those at Battle Royals. Those will be expiring on June 1st this year, but all other ones that we give out at the events will be 2026. Now, back to the Tracy tournament, that's the first place that you can win. Go ahead. Will the switch clicks in the auction? Yes, there is. Yes, that's absolutely true. I saw something about the map. I want to tell you, I know what Scott's doing in the map, and Jay Major says, is it better than his map, Brock's Bunker, because Brock's Bunker has been a very popular map with everybody and still is. I'll also speaking of Brock's Bunker, I will have some Brock's Bunker maps for sale on the website soon and at the Rock Cup, along with other things. So to answer your question, is this, I don't know if I would say it's better, Jay. I would say it's very different. It's going to be a very unique map that is very different, and some people are probably going to love it, and some people are probably going to hate it. But whether you hate it or love it, you're going to have it. That's the way I would put it. Now, back on the Tracy tournament, for that is a team event. We will be using old things again, meaning that we will be using. There might be some figures in there that are not carded. There may be some things from the gravity feeds. It may be some boosters, Silver Age boosters. I've got a ton of stuff that I set up all year in preparation to run that, and I've got. One of the things I think I'm going to add in this year. This is the first anybody's heard this. But I actually think I'm going to put John Cena in part of all of that. I think John Cena is going to be in the Tracy tournament. I've got plenty of them, and I think it'd be fun. I'd like to see him actually being played. And if I put him in that tournament, we will actually get to see John Cena being played. So I'm going to put it in there. But anyway, that's what we'll be playing with. Everybody, Scott will get involved with that part of it and make sure that everything is balanced. And usually what he does is he will there'll be 3 players, and he'll say, this player is playing all Golden Age, or this player is playing all with this, or this player is playing with all of that, to keep it balanced. And then you'll build teams just like you do in Sealed with your mates, and we'll sit down and play. It's fun. If you haven't played it before, I highly recommend it. If you are worried about, if you maybe you don't like maybe you that's like, hey, I don't know if I want to come in Wednesday. Look at the prizing, man. The prizing for this tournament is phenomenal. You've got the trophies. You got the bystanders going out for the first time. You got retail chase boosters. You've got we got the first crack at the first time that you're going to see the winners maps from the teams events. It's going to be there. Rock dice, new rock dice are en route. They're going to be here pretty soon. It's going to be the first time that anybody's seen the new dice that I've got. They're purple. I got purple dice coming. You've got Compound Hulk, Mantis, Zombie George Washington, Steppenwolf, Daredevil and Elektra for the very first time, Sky Cycle Hawkeye, Potted Baby Groot, and Jokerfish also for the very first time. That will be at the Tracy tournament, and we will play that night, and it's always fun. It's always just pure fun because it's not so serious that everybody's like, it's not ultra competitive. We want to win, we want to play, but it's fun. So that's the first time. The next day we start off our BRs. Just to go over the prizing and the BRs, these are going to be random. We're going to be putting obviously rock points in there. Every battle royal will have a bystander plus 3 convention exclusives. So you're going to have Potted Baby. You're going to have randomly Potted Baby Groot, Jokerfish, Daredevil and Elektra, Superman Rainbow, the Joker, Hanna-Barbera, Calabac, Steppenwolf, Kanto, Mantis, Thorgwyn, Daredevil and Elektra, Zombie Scarlet Witch, Zombie Unicorn, Zombie Shark, Compound Hulk, Sky Cycle Hawkeye are all going to be in the Battle Royals as prizing. We will be putting down, again, 1 bystander and 3 convention exclusives, and everybody will get rock points at every Battle Royal. I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, I don't even think most of the time you get that with WizKids. They're not usually throwing down 4 things. We're throwing down 4 things plus points, plus you're playing with the latest
Just playing,
set.
you're winning something.
Yeah, and it's going to be great.
That's without the packs being opened.
The Auxxit community, if you go to the Rock page, the Rock Facebook group, you can find it there. And any posts that I have made, Chris, that is talking about Auxxit that's going on tonight or any other time, if you just find posts where I posted about the event coming up, you'll find a link to Auxxit. So that's the Tracy Memorial. That's the Battle Royals. Then we had so last year I ran a regional. And I asked WizKids that I wanted to change that, and it's going to be, and I did. And so this year we're doing a supercharged sealed. You'll be using the latest two sets will be being used for this event, and it's also we will have mulligans at this event. So there will be mulligans. We'll announce it then. So if you get a bad pull, you'll get a chance to pull more stuff. We have plenty of boosters, and to choose from. I mean, I think I have enough for like 120 people. If we have 120 people show for this, and we had a good attendance for this last year. But you got for first place, get some Smash and Destroy retail chase boosters. You've got you get the maps again. This time it's the first crack at getting the singles winners maps. The Tracy was the teams winners. This is the singles winners maps. You get Spider-Verse retail chase boosters to top 4. You got Zombie Shark, Zombie Unicorn, Mantis, Steppenwolf, Zombie Scarlet Witch, Daredevil and Elektra, Thorgwyn, Parademon, and then you have all of that stuff for the Super Sealed, and you're also going to be playing with, again, the latest set. Then, of course, I'm not going to go back over Scott versus the World. He covered that pretty well. The Learn to Play I've already covered because I really am proud of that event. I'm wanting to show WizKids. I'm reaching out to you guys right now. I'm hoping that you bring family. I'm hoping you bring some new players. I'm hoping that you got people that show up and send them over there and let me teach them how to play HeroClix my way, the way that I learned with my kids at the kitchen table over 20 years ago. We played without powers, and we slowly brought the powers into the game each week. And this is the way that the very first night that we played, this is the way that we played. And we rolled dice, and we moved figures, and we became engaged, and we were hooked. We were hooked on this game without superpowers, without anything complicated. We were hooked. I see WizKids do Learn to Play at a lot of their conventions and stuff, and they you can buy tickets and go to them and so on and so forth. And I think that's great that they do that, but I think they also can be overwhelming. I think that what I'm trying to teach, let's just say kid, trying to teach a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kid, even a teenager sometimes adults too, but especially kids, trying to teach them how to play everything and understand everything in one session about HeroClix is tough. And I feel like it needs to be a simpler version, and I think that it needs to be I think you have to get them playing and rolling dice and engaged. That's the goal here. If you can get them playing and rolling dice and engage with each other and stuff going on right off the bat with some very simple rules, then if they like it, they're going to naturally want to know more. And you can teach more. If I was teaching HeroClix, if I was running HeroClix 101 and I had a class every day or every week, I would start it this way, and then I would start incorporating new things in each week, each class, and say, hey, we're going to play with speed powers now. And we would all go over the speed powers, and that's what we would do. And then we would slowly add in everything until at the end of 4 days of teaching, or maybe 5 or 6 days of teaching, say a week, you would know how to play the game in its entirety, and you would find out that you learned it in a process without struggling, meaning that you wouldn't be overwhelmed with it. And so I'm trying to pitch this to WizKids. It's free. They win stuff. They get cool things. And I would like you guys to help me fill it up. I want WizKids to see. I'm hoping that we get good comments off of this, that I can show WizKids there's a better way. And anyway, this is my gift to WizKids, I guess. And this is a way to teach. This is a way to get people involved in the game, because, as Scott said earlier, we need to always be working to bring in new people. The singles event, that's the World Championship. This is officially recognized and granted to us by WizKids as it's nowhere else. That's why you don't see it that's why you do not see this event at Graceland. They gave this World Championship to us, and it is this is the chance to be the Silver Age World Champion. The prizing is fantastic. Our prize money, which you'll see if you go and look at it, is donated to us from not TCG Player. Oh my gosh, they used to be TCG Player, but it's from Auxxit itself. Last year they gave us $5,000, and the year before they gave us $5,000. They downsized a little bit. They're only giving me $2,500 this year, but I worked out the tournament enough to where I could raise it up a little bit. So it's the numbers are down a little bit. I spread it out the best we could, but we are prizing out 1 through 16, with first place winning $1,000, and 16th, well, the bottom 8, 9th through 16th get $50 back. It is you do have to pay an entry fee to enter this tournament. Even if you qualify, any point that you enter, you have to pay your entry fee at that point. So, but you get a chance to win cash, and then you also get a chance to win some unbelievable prizes. We have trophies. You get a World Championship trophy. You get to design a map. If you win, you get a Smash and Destroy factory set. Second place would get a Spider-Verse factory set. And then we got Smash and Destroy retail chase boosters for top 4. Zombie sharks for top 4. Zombie unicorns for top 4. Then we go into top 8, and we've got, Kanto, Deceased Black Adam, Compound Hulk, Zombie George Washington. Then we go further on down the dial. I'm not going to keep saying, but I know it goes top 16, and then there's some participation prizes up to a certain number. And you've got Kanto, Deceased Black Adam, Compound Hulk, Zombie George Washington, Superman Rainbow, Thor, Gwen, Steppenwolf, the Joker HB, Joker Fish. We're being very liberal about the first. As Scott mentioned, if you miss this, you have many opportunities to win Joker and Elektra and Joker Fish. We didn't make it a top tier prizes where only the top people could win it. We wanted, if you played in it, you had a reasonable chance of winning one of them. You get the bystander. You get the singles winner designed map again that we will be debuting and reviewing before long. Rot dice, and then we got the Parademon. So I mean, the prizing is great in that. I don't know of any events out there, including Worlds, that prize better than we do. Our prizing is awesome. I mean, if you want to go to an event and see a lot of nice prizing over 5 days, I don't think you'll find better. All right, so we got the BRs, we got Super Sealed, Tracy, Scott. Let's see, now we're singles. The auction, Scott also went over, so I'm not gonna beat that. But I do want to thank Gamer Mats. Gamer Mats is giving us maps. They're giving us mugs. They're giving us tumblers. Everybody fights over those mugs and tumblers and Scott will sign those if you want to. We've got we got maps again. We got variant. Now, that's something I do want to say is Scott will have 2 maps. It's going to be the same map, but there's going to be a variant. It's going to be something different. He did, like last year when we did race. I'm going to use that one. When we did Speed Racer, you had a regular map with a purple border, and then you had a prize map that was a variant. And the variant, well, the biggest difference was that their cars were different. You had 2 different cars, so they changed appearance a little bit. So the variant map is going to be on auction. It's also going to be available as a prize in some of the events. And then the purple map, and also the maps that are in the auction are all signed. The purple map is going to be the one that we also have on site that you can purchase and pick up. You will be able to pick it up. I never know how many to have, but I will have the maps available. You can purchase these beforehand, and if you purchase them early enough, I will have them available for you to pick up at the Cup. If I don't, then it will get mailed to you. But we're going to try to give your maps to you at the Cup if we got them. Also, you can purchase them at the Cup as long as they are available. Those maps, again, there will be some that are signed. Okay, so now scroll down. Nate stole my mouse from me. All right, so we talked, and Scott touched on the online BRs, but he also has some in-person BRs. I also want to point out at the auction, when we get done with the auction, we always have a live auction afterwards that we do special for the people at the event. There will be some other items that aren't mentioned in here, maybe some of the items that are mentioned in here that we will throw out for bid that people can bid live on, and people seem to enjoy that. But anything that we have that's live, you will be able to take home right there on the spot. Most of all this stuff we will have live. We have all kinds of con exclusives. I mean, just tons and tons of them. We do have the Daredevil and Electras. We do have the Joker Fish that will be available. The Zombie Unicorns. We have retail chase boosters. We have
Factory sets.
Yeah, factory sets. We have some really, really nice stuff.
Become a Switch clicks.
Yeah, now this one I can't reveal more, but we know that we have the big things. The biggest, you know what brought the most money last year was the designer map. There's a designer map in here. There's also designer switch clicks in here. I predict that designer map, designer switch clicks, and the 2 factory sets of Lantern and X-Men will be the top 4 things to get.
Yeah.
Now, Scott had mentioned that he's going to be doing some online battle royals. There's also some live battle royals. Again, you can, if you win the live battle royals, you can play with Scott while you're there at the tournament, and that's always a lot of fun. And he usually gives extra prizing. He signs stuff and everything else for you, and you win it. You can pick who you want to play with, Scott. You can pick your buddies. You can pick me. You can pick me, or you can pick me. And but you can't. But if you pick me, you can't pick Dennis because I ain't playing with him because he cheats. Just saying. No, you can pick whoever you want. And I always, and if you pick me, I would always say, please pick Dennis too. I'm just kidding because I love playing with him. We have a lot of fun together. So you have the auction, fellowship. We didn't touch on that. Our fellowship prizes are fantastic, just like they were last year. I don't know if they may be better. You got design bystanders. You got design maps. You got design. You get the maps. You get Smash and Destroy factory sets, Spider-Verse factory sets, Collector Trove. That's a good one. Collector's Trove factory set. Nobody wants that, do they? That's awesome. Become a Switch clicks. That collector's Trove factory set. That's big. That's going to bring it. That's worth a lot of money. I mean, you got the Ultra Chase in there, which is dominating the scene right now. Plus all the other stuff, which is good. But you got all the damn tokens in there, the bystanders. That's ridiculous. So that's a really good thing. Then you got all the con exclusives and everything that we went over. This year, our staff is being taken care of, and I think they're going to be happy. I also have some stuff that I put in reserve in case we run out of stuff. I plan this thing to the T this year. You can't see everything I'm looking at. Nate's looking at it as I'm doing this. I even planned Scott's swag this year. So he's going to have swag for his bounty and also to give out how he sees fit or to auction off as he sees fit. I set it up to where I've got all this swag. He's going to have his box full of stuff that he can do what he wants with. So a lot of planning, a lot of detail goes into this. And touch on what the online battle royals. I wanted to say something there too. It wasn't cost effective to do it. It's basically what Scott was saying, and it's not just that, because I'd love, even when it's not cost effective, if we're bringing money in towards a charity, I want to do that. But I spend doing the online events causes a lot of logistics for us, a lot of planning beforehand, and then it also requires a lot of work for us afterwards. I'm more than glad to do all of those things, except when I'm looking at the return that we're getting with what we're putting out, and it just, quite frankly, guys, just wasn't worth it. I pull what little hair I got left after everything is over, trying to. Scott and I have set on Sunday night all the way. The tournament has ended like at 9 or 10 o'clock, and we've watched the sun come up on Monday morning. Taking all of the stuff, I've done it more than one time. Taking all of the stuff that everybody wants signed. A lot of it is online. The online is always harder to put together and figure out than the other things. And we take all of that stuff and we sit up all night and we sign all that stuff and we get all of it done. And when I'm looking at what we're doing And I'm looking at, and then after all that's done, then it's on me and on my daughter now, but my staff, to get it all mailed out, to get it all right, to keep it all up, keep all the financials up to date, and with everything that we were doing, it just wasn't worth it. It's like I'm looking and I'm like, why don't we just auction off all the prizes or sell all the prizes? We actually would make more money doing it that way. Again, I'm not saying that it's not totally that way. It's just when we're looking at it from a financial end and the effort we're putting into it, we weren't seeing enough of return. Certainly, if we were raising $10,000 to $15,000 by running online events, we would have kept it. But I don't even think we did 1,000 last year. I think we did like $400 or $500. It's just not, the financials just don't make any sense. And the time that we put into it just doesn't make any sense. And I'm sorry, because I love you guys, and I know, there's only a handful of you guys that play online, and I know it's upsetting to you guys, and I know that you're going to miss this because that's your only way you can contact. But you're a very small amount of people that are playing, and that's why we made that decision. Let's go and look at some, I think the auction is ended, so we're going to flip over to the auction in just a second. I've talked about everything, but I would like to go through and see if we have any questions that we need to answer. So I'm going to scroll back up, and after we do that, then we'll flip over to the auction. When and where is the main event? I think that's been answered. We answered the $55 packages for the whole 5 days, one-time payment. You'll get a band that lasts all week. We've answered the dates. It's a fantastic value, as has been pointed out. It's going to be, we answered Jay's major bunker map question. George is coming. We saw that. Craftworks, that question was answered. Okay, Heralds of Galactus. Okay, that one I can't answer. That's going to be something that has to be answered. Nicole wants to know that if it's better than the Mansion. Again, I'm not going to say it's better. I'm just going to say it's different. It's a unique. What I like about Brock's Bunker, what I like about the Mansion, what I like about the map that we currently have out right now, which is what's it called? What's the new map?
Sailor's Dream.
Yeah, Sailor's Dream, is they're all unique. What we try to push ourselves to do is to make unique maps, that stuff that hasn't been made before does something specific. And I would say that that's definitely the case for Scott's map. Let's see. You are going to get, we need WWE picks for that event. Then Howard, don't know where I missed something there. What do you mean picks for that event? Which event are we talking about?
He's probably earlier you had said you were going to incorporate John Cena.
Oh yeah. That would. He ain't wrong. I mean, honestly, Aaron, we need to go back at some point and revisit that tag team 2 versus 2 that I ran one year. I had more positivity off of that one event, and more people having fun off that 2 versus 2 tag team than I think any other event that I've ever run. And maybe we need to go back and revisit that and maybe incorporate it into at least next year, doing that event again. Because it was very unique. I haven't seen anybody run anything really quite like that. We need to do, I think it would be unfortunate if he did that. Purple dice. What color are the dice? They're purple and white. I was going purple and gold, but when I was given a look at they gave me, the gold didn't hold very well in the purple, and it didn't look good, so we had to switch back to white, and they do look good. Still wanting my Heart of Dixie map. Well, maybe you'll get that one day. I mean, I've actually pitched that to Scott about doing a Heart of Dixie map. Next 2 community awards. Okay, so Aaron will be giving out. So he did that. He actually surprised me. I got a HeroClix Community Award. I don't know who these are going to, but I tell you, if one of them isn't Clay, something's wrong. Clay needs a community award. Outside of that, I don't know, but if I had to pick somebody getting a community award, it would be Clay. Clay would, without a doubt. David is asking, if I show up on Thursday, can I still purchase the family package? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, David. You can actually purchase that before you come, and it will be there waiting for you. Because it will be available I'm going to work on it this weekend. And I also want to point out something else about rock points and about how that works, because this is something I had to explain to George the other day. You can only enter the Rock Cup singles one time. When you pay your entry fee, that's it. You can't re-enter it. So let's hypothetically say you got 75 points and that's it, and you want to enter at the Friday night, we call it the quarterfinals. You enter there, and then if you qualify to move forward till Sunday, you're good. But let's just say hypothetically you don't qualify on Friday night, and you're like, hey man, I want to still get in the tournament. You can't. That was it. You can't re-enter the tournament. You've used your one shot in. But let's say you have another scenario and you've got 125 points and you are 50 points short from being able to enter in the semifinals on Sunday, and you want to take a chance, which I think is not that big of I don't think it's that hard, but you want to be in the Sunday tournament and you don't want to play Friday night, you want to skip Friday night, you can still keep earning points. You can play in battle royals and events on Friday and Saturday, and all the way up until Saturday night, and earn those other 50 points. So you can take a chance and skip Friday night and still get enough points to get into Sunday. I think that I want to make sure that that's clear to everybody. But once you're in. So that's how those points work. And just to make it clear, because I think that some people think sometimes, well, I'll jump in it, and if I don't make it, then I'll buy my way into Sunday. No, you can't. It doesn't work that way. It's a one-time shot. Let's see, is there anything else I think that I've given? And also, again, your points can be sold, traded, given away, or you can, in any shape, form, or fashion, you can keep them, use them, whatever. And your 2026 points that you get from playing in tournaments, including the finals, are going to be able to be used for 2026 events. I was looking, I'm going to leave this on a note, then we're going to flip over the auction. I have, I'm sure everybody has stuff that comes across their Facebook feeds, and I was looking today at my emails, and your email pictures and stuff get saved in folders. And I was looking through there, and I was looking at all the way back to 2013 of various pictures of rock, the first rock logo back in 2013. Some of the people playing in the first event holding maps up. The logo changing over the years, just the different involvement. And I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put together one of those reels where it's got all the pictures through the years thing with all the different changes and people and the places we've been. Like there's pictures from Dragon Con, there's pictures from the hotel over in Atlanta, there's pictures from Lucky Dice Cafe, there'll be pictures from this year. I'd like to spin something out for all the way, a little reel that's got all the stuff for 13 years. I think and maybe put it on the website too. I just think it's different, some of the different dice, some of the different prizes, our 3D objects, our tokens. We've had a lot of things that have come and gone and stayed, and I'd love to see. I like to put that up there. I think it's a lot of memorabilia. Also, I think people have forgotten how long rock has been here, how long we've been a major brand in the HeroClix community. We've been here 2013. I mean, that's pretty solid. That's 12 working on 13 years. That's pretty cool. I mean, I'm kind of I'm kind of proud of that. I'll be honest with you. That makes me very proud. It means I've impacted the HeroClix community and with a brand that I think that's something that I'm very happy with. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. Having an impact, a positive impact on the game that I love is the thing that I would want, that I get more pleasure out of that than anything else. Just that means a lot to me. All right, I think that we have everything ready to go. Now this is Nicole's time. As anybody that is here every week should know, this is the time that Nicole tells everybody what to do, and she's gonna throw out. So we got a brand new bounty, which we've got to throw in the pot. We've already got a legacy card. We've got to pick a super rare out of Spider-Verse that we pull. That's going to be that we're going to pull tonight for somebody to win the bounty. And Nicole is probably somewhere close to 85 to 90% right all the time. She's got a hot streak going. She picked last week twice. Even when she was like, I don't know if I'm right this time, she was still right. So this is Nicole's turn, and she says, "Spider-Man with a yo." The yo-yo Spider-Man. Well, I don't remember what his name is, but there we go. We already got it. Brandon knows who to listen to. So we're going with the yo-yo Spider-Man, the yo-go Spider-Man. That's who our figure is. Let me throw in some stuff. I got a Fire Lord Legacy card. I've got a Thane from Guardians of the Galaxy Super Rare. I've got a Regenesis Cyclops prize. Let's throw in a Nimrod the Greater from X of Swords. Let's throw in a Iron Man from Iron Man 3, a marquee figure. Let's do one more, and I think that'd be good. Let's throw in a Juggernaut. This is the Comic Book Day Juggernaut. Have you ever looked at that? So what he is he's the Professor X version. So he's got mind control. So he can, and he's a pretty good mind controller. All right, so you've already got me separated here. Yep. So that's 1, 2, 3.
Should have been 1, 3, 5.
Yeah, you probably organized it, and I unorganized it in the process of organizing it. All right, so here we go, guys. Again, our bounty figure is Spider-Man. So Brandon says Spider-Man India. Is that where that Spider-Man's from? I have no idea. I don't know that much about it, but he is the one that does the yo-yo where he hits you and then brings you to him.
It's a pretty cool figure.
He is.
Every time that we've played with him, he's done some pretty cool things.
Most of the time he's in a battle royal. And okay, well, we're starting off with something pretty good, I think, for whoever's got number 1.
Got a high probability of being Jay, I think.
Did Jay buy everything up tonight?
I think
I heard people talking.
Saying, yeah.
All right, so we have a one-shot Spider Totem. Then we have a Man Mountain Marco common, a Mysterio uncommon. We have a Gwen Stacy uncommon. We have a Dr. Kirk Connors common, and do we know who has this one? Who has number 1? Is it Jay? Is it Jay?
I'm looking. No, I don't see it on here. It's not.
Well, a lot of people were paying.
Do a map as well, or is that from last week or something?
No, that's tonight. I put a map up.
Okay.
Click
Gracie
that.
Lou said he did.
Who did?
He sure did.
Okay. Well, he got the chase right off the bat. Booster number 1. The chase is Dr. Octopus. So, first chase is gone after just one shot.
All right, so booster number 2. Make sure I'm on it right. Yep.
I can take this off.
Spider Totem one shot. You've got Man Mountain Marco common. You've got Dr. Kirk Connors common. You've got Iceman common. The Lizard uncommon, and you've got Spider UK rare.
click that and hide that at the top where it's not there. Just hit hide. There you go. All right, so now I'm on booster number 3. Booster number 3. All right, we got Moreland, rare. We got Ghost Spider, common. We got Bedlam, uncommon. Spider-Man, common. And we got Red Symbiote, common.
All right, booster number 3. You've got a Spider Clone common, Spider Bite common, Inner Demon common, Spider-Man 028 uncommon, and then you've got a Spider-Man 2099 rare.
All right, here we go. We got a Goon common, a Ghost Spider common, and this is booster number, what am I on? Booster number 5. Then we got, let's see, I said Ghost Spider common, Scarlet Spider uncommon. Then we have a Stunner rare, and then we have our first prime of the night, and it's Dr. Octopus also. This is my night, huh? Nate's been pulling all the good stuff the last few weeks, so the table's turned a little bit so far anyway to where I'm pulling everything. Pulling it fast, too.
All right, we are on booster number 6. You've got a Spider-Bot common, Goblin Army common, Spider-Man 28 uncommon, Spider-Bite uncommon, and Spider-Punk rare.
All right, we are on booster number 7. Booster number 7, we have Slide uncommon, Spider-Bite common, Ashley Barton rare, Black Symbiote common, and then Spider-Bot common. That one had that booster, not a lot of money there, but they had some of the items in there that I keep selling out of.
All right, we're on booster number 8. You've got a Spider-Man Noir common, Iceman common, Spider-Bite uncommon, Tombstone uncommon, and then you've got a Spider-Ham super rare.
It's a pretty good booster, I think. So I've got booster number 9 here, and I've got Spider-Man uncommon 021, Spider-Man rare 031A. Then I've got Spider-Bite common, Goblin Army common, and I do have a super rare, and the super rare is Silvermane. Is that 3 super rares? It's close.
Silvermane, Spider-Ham.
Might not hit the bounty on this first brick.
All right, so we're on booster number 10. You've got a Spider-Man 005 common, Spider-Man 001 common. You've got a Spider-Clone common, Spider's Man uncommon, and then the Spider rare.
All right, booster number 11 for me. I've got a Mysterio common. I've got a one-shot Assemble the Team. I've got a Goon common. I've got a Spider-Man Noir common. Norman Osborn uncommon, and I've got a Firestar rare.
Yeah, so it's the rare instance. Cole's not right.
Well, she has one more shot. So, I mean, if it hits tonight, then she's still hit.
All right, so booster number 12, you get a Spider-Man 005 common, Inner Demon common, Mysterio common, you've got a web-swinging one-shot, you've got Tombstone uncommon, and you've got a Glider rare.
All right, we're going to throw in some more prizing. I've got the Empress Tarot card. The bounty will stay in effect. The bounty figure will stay in effect. We will still be looking for Yo Spider-Man. So let's throw in, we'll throw in a Miss America LE. Let's throw in a Kingpin from Avengers Defender, super rare. Let's throw in, did I throw in a, yes I did. Let's throw in it. Since we're on Doc Ock tonight, at least I am. Let's throw in a Doc Ock.
There's the legacy card.
Okay, Doc Ock from Battle World. And let's do one more. Let's jump up here and grab that guy. So we'll throw in a prize from X of Swords Pestilence. So we got a nice little pile there now. There's 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23. All right. So there we go. So leading off 13. Good luck, everybody. Let's see if we can get the bounty. How many boosters did Jay buy, guys? Anybody know? I mean, if somebody would buy everything, we could just ship everything to him, not even open it up.
He said he didn't win all of those. I only won 5. But then later she said won 10 in the last minute.
Okay, I have no idea.
I have no idea.
All right, so, well.
There you go.
See? All right, so we got the Lizard uncommon. We got Spider-Man common. We got Iceman common. We got Spider-Bot common. Let's see if it's somebody besides Jay that won this. Yeah, look and see if you see anything.
What is it, 13?
This is 13.
I don't see it right there. That's Crimson Juggler.
All right, so somebody besides Jay won the bounty. Congratulations, Crimson Juggalo. We do have the Spider-Man 042, and the streak of Nicole remains in effect. I told you guys to listen to whatever she said, because she's extremely accurate when it comes to picking the bounty figures. It defies logic, but I can tell you it happens. It just does. So we'll leave this. We'll put that up there. Crimson, are you here? Are you here, Crimson? If you are here, speak out. Let us know whether you want us to open up the legacy cards or not, and we will do so. If you are here, speak up, please. Yeah, bring that down. Oh, he's typing. He is here. Get that one out, Nate. I can't get it.
The other bounty.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can open that one. Yeah. Crimson is typing. So this is 2 weeks in a row for him. He won it last week. So you got the bounty for this week also. And do you want us to open up the legacy cards? He says Crimson says I won 4 bounties and she's picked in the last 5 to 6 weeks. So I think, Nicole, you have a new fan. I think your fan right now, your biggest fan in the world, is probably Crimson Juggalo. All right, I'll open mine and you open yours.
They always slide to the top. It's crazy. They always do that, and then it makes it harder to open.
All right, so mine is Scarlet Spider.
And this one is the Spider-Mobile.
We haven't pulled that in a while, and you and I think that that's the best one.
Yeah.
That's in our opinion.
I just like it. I think it has a lot of utility.
Nobody's played it yet.
If I had one, I would try to play it. I don't have one. I mean, I used to have like 20 of them because it was really easy to get in that set, but I got rid of them. I think I sold all of them to you, actually.
You probably did.
I was going to leave.
We need some more of them. We need to. I like to see it work. After you and I looked at how to make it work, I'd like to see a team with it.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so we're on booster number 14, where we've got a Spider-Bot common, a Spider-Bite common, Spider-Man 005 common, got the Lizard uncommon, and you've got a Glider rare.
All right, I'm on number 15. I've got Spider-Man 001 common, Scarlet Spider uncommon, Mysterio 002 common, Spider UK rare, Dr. Kurt Connors common.
We're on booster number 16. You get a Spider Clone common, Inner Demon common, Goon common, Mr. Negative uncommon, and you've got the super rare Wall, which is actually pretty cool. I haven't made a team with him, but I think he would be pretty cool on a mastermind team.
All right, so I'm on booster number 17, and I've got the Wall. I've seen some people build some teams with the Wall. I think he's being played. I got Goblin Army, common, Ghost Spider common. I've got a Assist from Another World, one shot, Spider-Man common, Stunner rare, Slide uncommon. We still got the money pieces left in here. Oh, there's one. That's a
We
good one.
are on booster number 18. You're starting off with a Spider Totem one-shot. Then you've got a Man Mountain Marco common. Then a Venom uncommon. You've got a Spider Bite common. You've got a Craven rare prime. And then you've got the chase of the brick, Captain Universe.
All right, so on booster number 19, we will do, we have Cannon Event, one shot. We have Martin Lee, uncommon. Spider Cat, rare. Spider's Man, uncommon. Man Mountain Marco, common. And Spider Clone, common.
Booster number 20. You got an Iceman common, Black Symbiote common, Spider-Man Noir common. You got a Venom uncommon, and you've got an Ashley Barton rare.
Lucas Van Hollen just chimed in and said that we have the singles names backwards and the singles and the teams, and I will fix that.
Singles names?
Yeah, the tap room is supposed to be singles, and the aquarium is supposed to be for teams as prizing on the cup. So I'll fix that. So Lucas, if you're watching, I heard you, and I'll fix it. All right, so for number 21, I've got Spider-Man Uncommon 021. I've got, of course I do, because I'm in Booster 21. And I've got Dr. Kurt Connors, Common, Mysterio Common, Iceman Common, and then I've got the Spot. The Spot's a little interesting, too.
Yeah. I think he could be pretty good. I haven't done anything with him, but I don't.
No, I haven't.
He's kind of interesting. Like, I think you could do some pretty cool things with him.
You
I just
did-
don't know how you would do it.
You weren't here Wednesday night. I'm hoping you're here next Wednesday night. But I felt rusty. I felt like building a constructed team and thinking about all this stuff. I felt rusty because we've been playing so much sealed and battle royals.
Yeah.
It just felt weird. Just felt like, oh my God, I
Yeah.
can
I
play.
haven't played constructed since we went to with the team. That was the last time we played.
Where did we go for that?
I don't remember.
Anyway, yeah, I know. It just felt really weird. And just have to remember everything.
Yeah. So we're on booster number 22. We've got a Ghost Spider common, Spider-Man 001 common, Spider Bite uncommon, Tombstone uncommon. You've got the Spider rare.
All right, last booster for me. I've got Inner Demon common, Spider-Man Noir common, Goon common, Web Swinging one shot, Spider-Man uncommon, and then Firestar rare.
All right, so we're on the last booster of the night, booster number 24. You've got a Red Symbiote common, a Spider Bot common, you've got a Goblin Army common, got a Gwen Stacy uncommon, and then you've got a Moreland rare.
Okay, that would be it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed having Scott Porter here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are excited about the events now that we've finally been able to unleash the Kraken and tell everybody everything. I think some people, We have a dial that's popped out. We'll have to find out which one it is.
002. Gotta be one of the last ones, or we would have seen it.
I didn't even see it pop off. Anyway, y'all don't worry about that. Anyways, I'm glad, something we figure out. I hope you guys are excited. I think I've heard different things, feedback. I mean, people worried about the venue. I hope I eased your mind. If you listen to me to talk about it tonight, I hope that I eased your mind about the venue. There's not a problem at all, and I hope you look forward to. I will go next week and I will take pictures. I will do a walkthrough, give you guys even a better look at it. I think you're going to be very pleased. There's plenty of room. It's not what you guys I think thought that it was going to be. I think we have a very unique situation, and I think you found it. Oh, it's Mysterio. I think that it's anyway. I think you guys are going to be very happy with the venue. One of the things I love Lucky Dice Cafe, as you guys know, it was people loved that venue that came to it also, but there were some cons about it. The air conditioner definitely was a con over the last couple of years. And what happens is it starts getting warm in May every year, and the air conditioners at Lucky Dice Cafe seem to not work at that time of year, and my landlords were very slow about getting them fixed, and it was very, very aggravating. The systems that were in that place was 20 to 30 years old. They actually all needed to be replaced. And when the place was full, even when the air conditioners were working properly, they couldn't handle the group. This place has a lot more space, height, and the air conditioners work properly. They have to work there because they have so many computers and so many video games that they're running. You have to keep it cool. So I think people are going to like that. In my opinion, the way that I've got it organized, it's going to be easier to maneuver around. The other con about Lucky Dice Cafe is we basically were 5 suites, and we had rooms, and we had doors going in, and sometimes it kind of got crowded or felt crowded. It seemed like it was, I would say it's hard to move around from table to table. I think that you will find that it will be easier this year to move around, and there will be plenty of space, and there'll be plenty of things to do. And I think that you're going to be very impressed with the venue, who we hope we develop a relationship with and continue to do that there possibly every year. If I get good feedback and everybody's happy with it, which I think they will be, that's a place I would like to possibly do again next year. I'm not opposed to moving either. If we need to. So I hope that put all of that to bed with more information to come. I think that people, I think that one of the worst things that people can do, and anybody that knows me, Dennis has heard me say this, anybody that's close to me has heard me say, assumptions are the mother of all evils. And I think that that's 100% true. I think that people hear something and they assume something without knowing something. They assume that, hey, there's going to be a problem with product that's going to be at this event because they haven't announced it yet. When in reality, what you should know is we were never worried about the product, but that WizKids announces things when they are very sure. They are very cautious to not air and to put out something publicly without knowing for solid that everything is okay. And so that's why I delayed announcement. Also, there was an approval process that was like, I think the approval process this year to get everything done was more extreme than any other year, in the fact that we had new parties and multiple parties involved with everything. And we had a conference table full of WizKids staff that were all looking at it, including a new VP, or actually a new president rather, and a VP that has been there for a couple years. And we had new staff that was given new responsibilities. Ryan came into this, which you guys all know, and he's a fantastic guy. And he's fantastic for the company. He's fantastic for HeroClix players. He came into the scene just before Rock Cup. So this is his first, when I say Rock came into the scene last year before Rock Cup. So this is his first year of actually doing everything. And I only had one person that I was dealing with that I've dealt with every year for the last several years, all the way back to COVID. And that was Jimmy O'Brien. He was the only guy that was been involved since the whole time. So everybody else was all new, and they're all very supportive. I mean, we got everything and then some that we wanted, and very appreciative to Whiz Kids. But sometimes I watch you guys and you're assuming the worst. You're assuming the venue's bad. Oh, we're not going to get the product, or the pricing isn't going to be as good this year, or whatever. And you guys should have learned by now, after 13 years of me saying things and that this is going to be great, or we're going to do something, that I've never failed. I've never failed to give you something that you didn't go wow by, or did a tournament that wasn't run right or impressive. So you should just have a little trust in me sometimes, and also in Scott, that it's going to end up being right, and that if I say, hey, I don't know what the hell we're doing, but it's going to be great. But next year on May 5th, we're going to run the biggest, best tournament ever. You can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be the biggest, best tournament that you've ever seen. So just quit. Assumption is the mother of all evils. Quit making assumptions. And I myself, that's worked. Every one of you can probably think about assumptions that you made that were very false. Sometimes it probably caused problems because you can assume that you're about to go to war. You can assume that your spouse is cheating on you, or your boyfriend's cheating on you because you read something, and lots of times it's completely innocent. My point is don't assume. Go get your facts. Don't wait. Just wait, and just don't make assumptions. They can get you in trouble. Be Sherlock Holmes and get facts. All right, that's all I got for tonight. Nate, you got anything you want to say?
I don't think so. Congrats, Jay, on getting the chase. Didn't really say much about it earlier. He had the Captain Universe chase.
That's just Jay's. Just another chase. Anyway, I hope to see you guys soon. We'll keep running auctions. We're only a few weeks away from Smash and Destroy. Smash and Destroy should be. We probably got like four more. We will not be running. I don't think that we're going to be running our singles auction for Smash and Destroy, and I don't think that we're going to be running our Friday night auction for when Smash and Destroy comes out, because we will be at the Cup, so we're going to miss that week of doing things. But we got these other two little auctions. I mean, one big little auction that's going on Saturday night that's probably just as good as what we do here. So anyway, guys, y'all have a good night.